Good morning, everybody. Are you in the military or station or PCSing or even moving to Georgia, and you want to know if you can carry your privately owned weapons on you without a permit? Well, in the state of Georgia, it states that if you are in the military, you are legally authorized to carry a privately owned firearm, concealed or open carry without a permit. All right, and the reason why I chose this topic is because I hear a lot about soldiers getting in trouble, whether they're outposts at some sort of establishment, they might get in trouble or they might get corrected by somebody else saying that they can or cannot have a weapon on them. And it was just something that I was interested in researching. That way, one, I can inform my soldiers on what right actually is and what the law states and everything. So since it was something that I was actually interested in, something I was actually looking up and everything, I just figured I'd go ahead and make it a part of my speech. So today what we're going to be discussing is the difference between open and concealed carry, some of the Georgia gun law codes that actually coincide to what this topic is about, and places you can or cannot carry your privately owned firearm in the state of Georgia. All right, so much of this information I'm actually going to be sharing with you today is actually coming from the Department of Law, state of Georgia, and the Georgia Firearms and Weapons Act. All right, so the differences between the open and concealed carry. Open carry is obviously, let's say I had a pistol on my hip, and it's actually out there where any person around me can physically see, like, hey, he has a weapon on his hip. All right, that's open. Obviously, concealed would mean the complete opposite of that. So, sorry, I'm in my uniform. I was supposed to be off, but we got called in today. So, I was actually going to show you with my own pistol, physically show you the differences. But concealed would actually be like on my hip or in my back or in a holster. I have a jacket, or this will be flipped over to where nobody can actually physically see the weapon on my side or wherever I might have one. All right, so those are the differences between open and carry. Some of the Georgia gun law codes, most of these are actually codes 16-11-126 through 16-11-130. All right, those are the Georgia gun law codes that you can actually find out all of this information. But again, the main topic is, just informing you guys. If I know a lot of people are military in this class, so if you ever get stationed in Georgia, or if you just want to move to Georgia or anything, then just a food for thought. If it's something you're interested in, you are authorized to do this. All right. So what I have here is a printout of the Department of Law, state of Georgia. I didn't print out the whole thing. I just printed out what was relevant to this topic. But it states here, it says, under Georgia law, active duty military personnel are exempted from the requirement of a firearms permit. And then a little bit below here in the third paragraph, it even says, thus persons so exempt are exempted not only from the requirement of a permit to carry a firearm, but are also exempt from the provisions regarding the carrying of concealed weapons, carrying deadly weapons to or at public gatherings, and carrying weapons within school safety zones or at school functions. All right, and what I also have is, again, part of the Georgia Firearms and Weapons Act. It states basically, to carry a long gun, you do not have to have a license to carry as long as you are not prohibited from owning a firearm. To carry a handgun openly or concealed in the state of Georgia, other than on your property or inside your home, car, or your place of business, you must have a Georgia weapons carry license or the older Georgia firearm license issued under code 16-11-129. And at the end of the very last sentence, it says that there are exemptions. Read below to find out what those are. So what I did was, I looked down, and under employment exceptions, so they have a bunch of pretty much employment exceptions, like it says wardens, peace officers, But what it says here, it says persons in the military service of the state or of the United States and others. And then again, it has a list. It says 16-11-130 for the full list. That means it will just give the entire list of jobs that exempt you from having to have a permit. And then lastly, we'll go into just a few places that you can and cannot carry. All right, so off limits is more like school buses, courtrooms, like if you have to go to jury duty, churches or places of worship. Those are just a few places that you're not authorized to carry a privately owned weapon. All right, but places you are allowed are like state parks, national forests, rest stops, your vehicle, and any other place that's not listed as off limits. So again, not very long, not very a huge topic of what's going on or anything like that. But what we did was we went over the definitions of open and concealed carry. We went over some of the Georgia gun law codes, and we also went over some of the places you can and cannot carry in Georgia. All right. Again, this is just something that if you're interested in, if you're coming to Georgia or if you're already stationed anywhere in Georgia, you're authorized to do that. Now, there's plenty more details if you want to, if you're interested in, you can follow up, you can read about it and everything like that. But that's just a little quick information for you. So welcome to Georgia, where military and guns get along. Thank you.